Hey, it's the Pacific Northwest Geek here, Echo Kiro, and today I have a movie review for you of the 1985 post-apocalyptic Canadian movie DEF CON 4. Now it is written and directed by Paul Donovan, who also is one of the creators of the sci-fi show, TV show Lex, that's with two X's, Lexx, which aired for 4 seasons and later aired on the Sci-Fi Channel. Now, this movie, basically, the whole plot is that there is this space station. I guess it's called the Nemesis, because they talk about the Nemesis mission. That's got these nuclear missiles. There's just three people who up there are supposed to monitor it and whatever. One of the guys apparently has a wife and a new baby. Well, one day, World War III breaks out on Earth, and all these three can do is watch as these strikes are going all over the world. The characters are arguing about firing their own payloads. They end up only firing one missile because I guess there was one heading towards them, so they had to take it out. Months later, these three have been up there for a while. You're probably getting wear and tear because they've been up there. Haven't been able to hear back from anything. Although the one guy is eventually able, Hollis, or Holland, or whatever his name is eventually able to hear from his wife, who tells him that the baby got sick and was killed by soldiers right in front of her, and whatever the baby has, she might have too. And the tensions are getting a little high when all of a sudden somebody hacks into the space station and gets it to gets it to basically separate it, and part of it to come crashing towards the Earth, landing on the beach. One of the two male characters, they end up hearing some knocking outside the part of the space station after it lands on the beach, and he's pulled out and killed. His severed his hand, which looked like it was ripped off, ends up basically falling back into the ship.
What? No! No! Walker!
Now, the other guy, Hollis, he goes out to look what's going on, and comes across Vinny, who's keeping a girl in his basement. Okay, yeah. Alright, that's not creepy. Some middle-aged creepy guy covered in dirt keeping a girl in his basement. A high school girl looked like she was going to a private school from the look of the clothes she had on. Now, eventually the three of them are captured by these kids, these bad guys, where the leader is like this spoiled rich kid who turns out he was behind the ship, the space station come crashing towards the Earth, and that he's the ex-boyfriend of the girl that was being kept in the basement. Now they end up forcing these people to drag the large piece of spaceship to this like settlement, or village, or town, whatever it is.
Oh, you lazy bastard!
Unaware that there is a missile, still one warhead on there, and it is counting down. You get to basically get the let the characters some of the background story and just and the one girl who scientist, she ends up getting killed, and the one Hollis gets away. There's some fighting, and eventually you get to find out that the spoiled kid, he wants to go find these settlements, these safe zones or whatever, and he's willing to manipulate, to lie, to kill, to torment whoever he wants in order to get what he wants. In the end, his girlfriend, his ex-girlfriend, turns on him, and he is left back in the village, the town or whatever, where they notice that there is a warhead still in the spaceship. Long enough for us to see that time is up. And the last warhead goes up because everybody in there, leaving Hollis, Vinny, and the girl on the sailboat selling for safety. Now, it's an interesting movie to say the least. At least more so for me back then I was a kid. Because when I first saw this, I was a kid and I really liked it. I hadn't seen it for years, and then when I finally did see it, because I had downloaded it, I came to realize I probably liked this movie back then more than I do now. I own a physical copy of it now and watched it right before I did this review, and really I reinforced that as a kid I really enjoyed this movie more. I'm not saying it's good for kids. It's an enjoyable movie in its own right. It's just when I was younger I got into it more. Now, by the way, DEFCON stands for Defense Condition and is a subsystem of the Alert Conditions, I guess. There's 5 levels of DEFCON, and we've never gone beyond DEFCON 2, at least as far as anyone knows. DEFCON 4 means increased intelligence, watch, and strengthened security measures. Now, one of the things this movie's also become a bit famous for, is the artwork, which you see the space station and it's hovering like in the sky, and you see the astronaut suit with the skeleton in it. And 2 things: you never see the Nemesis space station hover like that. In fact, the Nemesis space station, if you watch the movie, doesn't even look anything like that. Hell, it's not even that big. And there is no spacesuit, I believe, in the movie. But this is something that's, I kind of became infamous for its misleading artwork. Oh, I like the artwork, though, by the way. I always thought it was cool, but it's just, you never see that in the movie. Post-apocalyptic movie, they could be interesting. I guess to an extent. Is the Mad Max one kind of series kind of like that? Resident Evil, Zombie Outbreak, I guess, post-apocalyptic zombie outbreak, and this one. One of the actresses actually ended up being, I forget who it was, ended up becoming a politician. Let me see if I can look her up here. But one of the actresses ended up getting into politics. Where? Bring this up. DEFCON 4. What's her name? Let me see if I can pronounce her name. Luina Zan. She plays JJ. She went on to become a Canadian. She went on to become a politician who served as a member of Parliament for the Nova Scotia, whatever. No, member of Parliament for Cumberland Colquhoun. She, looking at her list, she doesn't seem to have really. Oh, she was. Nope. She doesn't really seem to do anything. Oh, she did. She voiced Rogue on the. Apparently voiced Rogue on the X-Men cartoon. From 92 to 97. See some of the other cast. Murray Shakin is a name some people might know. He passed away in 2010. You might not recognize the name, but he's a face that you might recognize. Let's see. He was in War Games. Let's see. Meatballs 3, Summer Job. Looking over some of the stuff. Iron Eagle 2. I only really got into the first movie of that. Was he in Twins?
Carlos, it's Jill. I've restored power to the center.
Anyways, this movie, like I said, is one I got into when I was younger. Not so much as I got older. Now it's just more of a nostalgic thing that usually leaves me wondering why I enjoyed this as much as I did when I was a kid. But then again, that TV show, The Great American Hero, where that guy got that power suit, my brother really, really loved that show. And I sat down and watched it a while back and realized my brother must have really bad taste. Oh, had bad taste because that show really sucked. Anyways, I wasn't even sure that this was on DVD or Blu-ray when I came across it on Blu-ray on Amazon, and got this like a couple days after order it. It's got the double cover type deal, which I ended up putting it to that misleading art. Not much in terms of extras. It's got an interview with the guy who did the music, and then a trailer. I would have liked to see them do more, but I want to look up something. That kid. Let's see.
Carlos, that thing is still alive. It's after me.
The guy who played the kid looks awfully familiar to me. His name is Tom Shorte, whatever. He was in Dragnet and Babylon 5. Unfortunately, he passed away in 2004. So I kind of remember his face a little bit. But anyways, this is a movie. I'll put the link for the Amazon link for it. I have seen the whole movie on YouTube, but I won't put the links for that. But it's a movie. If you're kind of into post-apocalyptic movies, kind of like something different, maybe this is well worth checking out. Other than the guy getting his arm ripped off, his hand ripped off, and then his severed leg being found, there really is no gore. But it's might be something you might want to check out. You might enjoy it a whole lot more than I did. But anyways, would I suggest this movie? That's a kind of hard to answer thing, because again, I liked it when I was younger. When I'm older, it's more of a nostalgic thing for me, so it's kind of an iffy type deal. Anyways, I am Echo Kiro, and I will see you on the flip side.